When was the last time you truly chose your day instead of just surviving it? So much of life is lived on autopilot. This is a visual meditation on how to turn that autopilot off and start living a life you consciously choose. We live in a world of noise, not just the honking cars, the endless notifications, the chatter of conversations, but the deeper noise, the relentless stream of our own thoughts. What's next? What did she mean? Why did I say that? What if I fail? What if they don't love me? A waterfall of inner commentary, so constant we forget it's there. And yet, if you pay attention, you will notice something strange. Between each thought, there is a gap, a space, a pause, a silence. It lasts perhaps a fraction of a second, so small the mind skips over it, so subtle it hides in plain sight. But in that gap, that invisible moment of stillness, your fate is whispered. Your future is already being woven. Beloved silence, teach me to listen not to words, but to the spaces that hold them. For it is in the emptiness that fullness is born. It is in the pause that eternity breathes. Watch, breathe, listen, not to the sound, to what holds the sound. The screen dims. Darkness. Then, a single ripple of light appears, spreading slowly across the black. The ripple becomes a wave. The wave becomes a pattern. The pattern expands into galaxies. And then, sudden stillness. Everything freezes. The stars hang, suspended in silence. A voice. Watch. The galaxies begin to spin again, slowly, infinitely slowly. You see the rhythm. Movement, pause, movement. Breath in, breath out. Silence between. Life itself is not continuous chatter. It is rhythm. And rhythm is born of silence. As the meditation deepens, you begin to feel it, the dissolving of edges. The thought stream slows. You no longer chase the words. You rest in the spaces between. And suddenly, your name, your history, your identity begin to feel less solid. You are not you. You are silence itself, wearing the mask of thought. This is ego death, not annihilation, but liberation. For in silence, the self vanishes, and only oneness remains. The visuals fade. A single lotus floats on infinite dark water. Petals unfold, one by one, with no rush, with no need. The sound dissolves into stillness. A low drone fades. A singing bowl rings once and lingers endlessly. Then, black screen. 10 full seconds, no sound. The audience sits in silence, and in that silence, they meet themselves. Or rather, they meet what has always been beyond themselves. This is not absence. This is presence. From the silence, a flicker of light appears, a star. It shimmers, expands, bursts into constellations. From the constellations, oceans shimmer into being, mountains rise, trees bloom, faces appear. The world returns. But you see it differently now, because you know everything that appears is born from silence. Every word from a pause, every breath from stillness, every life from the womb of eternity. Here is the mind-blowing truth. Your fate is not written in stars, but in silence. Not in the thoughts you repeat, but in the gaps between them. The silence between your thoughts is not empty. It is the blueprint of your destiny. It is the womb of creation itself. In silence, your next thought arises. In silence, your next word forms. In silence, your next action is born. If you want to change your fate, do not fight your thoughts. Rest in silence. There, the pattern shifts. There, the future bends. The mystics called it by many names: union with God, Atman merging with Brahman, the return to the Tao. All point to the same revelation. Silence is the language of the divine. And when you listen, truly listen, you realize you are not separate from it. The silence between your thoughts is not your silence. It is the silence of the cosmos itself speaking through you. To dissolve into it is to remember, you are not a fragment of life. You are life itself. But mysticism is not escape. It is not retreat from life. Silence is not where you go to hide. It is where you go to remember. Intentional living means this: to bring silence into the marketplace, to carry stillness into conversations, to root your choices not in noise, but in quiet clarity. Drink your coffee as if it were silence becoming warmth. Speak to your child as if silence itself were using your voice. Walk the streets as though silence were your footsteps. This is not philosophy. This is practice. This is life reborn from its source. But perhaps you ask, if silence is everything, why does noise exist at all? Because silence loves to sing. Because the void longs to become form. Because the infinite dreamed of becoming finite. Noise is not the enemy of silence, it is its child. The mistake is believing the child exists without the mother. Every thought is born in silence and returns to silence. Every life begins in silence and dissolves into silence. When you live with this awareness, you no longer fear noise. You no longer resist thought. You see through them into their source. So here is the truth, stranger than fiction, yet older than time. Your fate is not written by stars or by destiny carved in stone. It is written in silence, the silence between your thoughts. There, your life is decided. There, your path unfolds. There, the divine whispers your becoming. So I leave you not with answers, but with a question. What do you hear when you stop listening to words? Do not rush to decode this. Do not try to figure it out. Instead, tonight, turn off the lights. Sit in the dark, close your eyes, and wait. Do not chase thoughts. Do not fight them. Simply notice the gaps, the spaces, the silence. And when you find yourself dissolving into it, when you taste the vastness between your thoughts, you will understand without words. Carry that silence back with you, into your breathing, into your speaking, into your living. For the truth is not far. It is as close as the pause between this thought and the next. And in that pause, your fate is already waiting.